character design in this game isn't very sophisticated, but it's a pretty old game too, so. And what should we name the pet?
Since oldest living memory, the dungeon gate has stood in the heart of the old wood. Its doorway leads to infinite possibility, to subterranean lands fabled in stories and myths. Many adventurers have passed over that ancient threshold, some to find fame, glory, and wealth beyond telling, and others never to return. The town of Grove has ever been a safe haven at the dungeon's mouth, a watering hole and resting place for weary adventurers. Here, great tales are told by the inn's fire, journeys are planned, and legacies are made. The minstrels sing of the great feats of heroes long gone, and statues ring the square, a testament to their deeds. After traveling many hard and dusty days, you and your faithful companion arrive at last in the fabled forest town, which waits beneath the long shadow of the gate. Within these walls lies the path to infinite adventure. It is here that you will test your worth, and perhaps find fortune and glory along the way. It is here that you will determine your fate.
Alright, let's get started. So it's going to tell you the level where the final boss of the game starts. For me, it's going to be the 47th dungeon level. And this is basically one of your common dungeon grinding games.
Your journey has begun.
So first thing you're going to want to do is go around and collect some quests. There's going to be about 6 characters around the map here, marked yellow on the minimap, that have quests for you on advancing dungeon levels. So this guy wants me to carry the death cap on dungeon level 1 and return his ammo.
You have received a task.
And the purpose of the quests is just to get you more XP, better items, and basically all the way down through it's preparing you up for the final fight at the 47th level.
You have received
a
task.
These quests, you can check your quests by going to your quest log. So I've got to kill 5 death caps on the first level. I need to destroy another death cap and reclaim an item. I need to destroy 7 skeletons on the 3rd level. And 5 more goblins on the first one. So you only start with about 250 gold, so it's best to just go straight into the dungeon. They give you a little help cursor here, it just tells you the quick keys. If you open up your inventory, it starts with a down scroll. I like to keep that on the number 6 key for my toolbar. So if you're in a tight situation, you can just press the button We've just got a mess of shells right here.
Your pet has fled.
So when you're in combat, you're going to want to keep an eye on your health. The red bar on the bottom left there. do is I keep on focus 1 through 5 health potions. I never really bother with mana potions or
Your pet is fleeing.
but see how my health's low. I'm not going to waste my town scroll because I'm on the first level, so it's like Nick, just go right back up. So if you go to the center of the town, there's a old lady who sells spells, she sells staffs. Basically, if you want to make a magician, she's the one you're going to want to go to. When you're hurting like this, I like to go down, here's the old lady I was talking about, but if you follow the path right here, there's another old lady who will heal you. She'll refresh your health for you and your pet. If you're poisoned, she'll remove the conditions. Basically, anything that's wrong with you, she'll completely heal. This guy right here is where you're
Welcome, friends!
Town portal scrolls, just anything basic like that. Identity scrolls, which I'll explain later. They're nothing we really need to get into right now. So the first thing you want to do throughout the dungeon is obviously you're going to work on the quests that you claim, but you're also going to want to try and find better items. Like this right here. I guarantee that's better than what I need for strength. So when you're collecting items, you're going to see on the bottom of it, it's going to tell you the requirements. Those are over here on your character stats. So I've got 25 strength. When I level up, I can improve my strength or dexterity, vitality, magic. It's always good to improve your vitality, that's your health. And strength is basically, you'll upgrade your strength if you want to go for a warrior, or obviously if you want to be a mage, you'll upgrade your magic. It just kind of depends, but I don't really like to pick the roll that I'm going to do until the
Trap has been sprung.
because you really can't, you'll just be bouncing back and forth between deciding what to do. Because one minute you might want to be a mage, the next you could end up wanting to be when you get big crowds like this, especially with the boss in it, you kind of want to just pick on the guy who's only bad. And don't let them surround you, because they'll surround you and they'll trap you. There we go, that's much better.
Your pet has fled.
So for the first few levels as you're going through, probably the first 10 dungeon levels, I'd say, you're going to want to pretty much grab every item you see on the ground, because you can sell them and they'll help you get up on your feet for the game. Some enemies tend to flee like this guy is when you're defeating them. That way they can get back and heal up or do whatever they're going to do.
Your health is
I
dangerously
definitely
low.
wouldn't say to focus on capturing them, but if you can, definitely. So see how I just used the town portal.
Your health is dangerously low.
Oh, they killed
Your
me.
pet has fled.
So when you die, it's going to
have
pull up a screen. Lets you
Choose
choose
your
your
fate.
fate. You can either heal full strength, and they'll respawn you right where you are, and they'll take some experience and none of your fame, because I don't have enough fame to have any taken yet. You can be healed full strength, and he'll transport you to a nearby level and take some of your gold. Or he'll heal you to full strength and transport you back to the town, but your gold must remain right where you died. So you can basically just come back in and go grab your gold again. So there's no penalties aside from all of your gold is going to sit right there in the dungeon. Me, I'm not a very high level, so I'm going to pick
The
to
choice
earn
is
some
made.
experience and just come back right where I died. That way, when I've got that portal scroll, if I need it, I can just grab it and get out. And your pet's also reduced as well. Focus on your pet.
Your pet has
So
fled.
you can use that to your advantage. If your pet dies, don't worry, they don't die permanently. They're just temporarily dead until you either heal them or say they level up to experience and you heal them. Let's see what I got here. I'm gonna go back to town to get some more
You step into the
healing
portal.
potions. When you get more money, you can get these healing charms, which is like It's like a healing potion, but it gets 10 uses instead of the one. Like these little potions, they're really helpful. And when I get up to the point where I want to be, I like to have 5 of them and then a scroll. But I'm gonna run up to the lady up here, have her heal my pet, see his health.
You feel
Then I'll
refreshed.
fill him right back up. Only got 160 gold, so I'm not sure what I'll be able to do, but I'm going to try
Let me show you what I have to
and sell some of the stuff I found in the dungeon. Another tip for you guys, when you're selling something, be careful about it, because as with this here, basically the vendors, they will always rip you off. If you sell something to them, they're going to try and sell it back to you for 3 or 4 times what you got out of them for it. If you're wondering the size of the potions, it's basically, obviously it gives you more. It heals you for more in the long run.
Let me show you what I
At
have
the
to
level
say.
that I'm at right now, I wouldn't even worry about it. Because the smallest potions are pretty much
Come
like really
closer. I might be able to cut your deal.
So, a big tip for you guys, you don't want to enter, after you've gone down, say, 40, 30 levels in the dungeon, or even 5 or 10, you don't want to enter through the door anymore. Because if you go through that main door, it's going to put you back on level 1, and it'll get rid of your town scroll here. You always want to come back to where you came in, and enter back through your portal.
You step into the portal.
So I'm going to spawn back in here, and I'm going to loop back and let my pet start aggroing this boss here, so that I can come up behind him and just finish him off. This XP should be pretty good to get me started here.
You have gained in experience and skill.
And
You have
there's the item
completed
that I
the
need to
quest.
collect. It's just a faster casting speed. So when you get items for quests, you can either keep them for yourself, like I could wear this, and then I could go in and cancel his quest if I wanted to keep it. But honestly, it's not worth it, because I could either get this 1% faster casting speed, or get 587 gold, 300 experience, 100 fame. It's just more worth your time to do that. As far as leveling up, honestly, I'd just let these sit here for a few levels until you decide, I want to go strength or dexterity, until you figure out what you want to do. If you know what you want to do, great, just go ahead and spend it on it. Now that I've finished that first quest, I'm going to start working on the next one on this level. I just need to kill 3 more goblins.
You feel
These
refreshed.
little fountains throughout the dungeon, they drop gold, but the fountain like that, the wellness, that's full health. They also have mana and stamina fountains. This game's kind of like a downgraded Diablo, I guess. But it's basically just a downgraded Diablo. They just don't have as much of a storyline for this game as Diablo does. Like I said earlier, you're going to want to just kill
You are
everything
poisoned.
as you go along. Don't worry too much about getting poisoned, it'll show your effects up here. I'm only poisoned for 15 more seconds, and as you can see, it's not doing enough damage to make a difference to me. Careful breaking on crates, because if they do set traps, you can break a crate and get poisoned, and then the fire will explode and damage you. Check out that wooden club. Ooh. So, as I said earlier, I'd tell you more about the identify scrolls. You'll find items that are highlighted of different rarities throughout the dungeon. Now, you can't really, you can use them, but it's not as good of an idea. Just doesn't do as much for you if you identify them. I've only got 1 scroll, so obviously I'm going to identify the more rare item. See, now it gives me all these bonuses, so I'm definitely going to be using that. But if you forget to identify something before you sell it, it will not give you near as much gold. Like, the difference could be, you could have an item that's going for 200 gold and then you identify it if you go up to 2,000. Careful of most spiders in this game, most of them. When you find stairs like this is the next dungeon.
You are
Basically,
fortified.
we're on level 1. You go down the stairs to level 2 and onward until the point you can get to level 47. And you can go past 47.
You have granted new
My
skills.
original character on this game that I retired because I got him max fame and pretty much down like over 300 dungeon levels. It just keeps going. It's a random generate. They randomly generate the maps and quests. It's pretty much the same game. So if you don't want to retire your character, you don't have to. But if you do, you can move items over to your next character. So you could like retire a character and start a new character off of it, and he'll be a descendant of that first character. So if you have, say, a 80 chess piece that you want to use, or that you want to send down to your character, and you're not able to use it until level 80, obviously you can sell it. And if you've done enough, like the way I did it with my other characters, is essentially I had this chess piece that was worth maybe 4 or 5 million gold. I traded it off, and then you sell it on your new character, and then you're set to get whatever you need. I mean, it can take some of the fun out of the game, but if you've played it a lot of times and
You
you're
have
just going
completed the
grinding,
quest.
then that's one way to do it. So if you've got all kinds of items, I like to sell the rare items myself, just a personal preference, it doesn't really change anything. But you can press the P quick key and open up your pets menu, and then you hold shift and you click. And you can give items to your pet. I want to keep that though. And the items, the reason you can give items to your pet is so you can press this little to and from arrow up here and send your pet to town.
Your
and he'll
pet
go sell
has
the items to his
departed.
favorite.
A trap has been sprung.
And then he'll come back and he'll give you the gold. So if he's going to be back, I'm on dungeon level 1. The deeper you
Your
go,
pet is returned.
the more time it takes. Like if you're on dungeon level 20, it can take up to 3 or 4 minutes for your pet to get back. And it's depending on what role you play. Like if you rely on your pet very much, I'd recommend like you send your pet to town, then use the town portal scroll and just kind of go to town, then you claim your money instantly, and then go do what you need to do in town to prepare. Then you can move on. Now that I've completed both of my quests here, I'm gonna move on to the 3rd dungeon level. Which, if I recall, was up in the top left of the map here. Oh, so fish. Fish are a cool concept in this game. You can feed the fish to your pet, and it will
Your
turn
pet
him
has been
into a different
transformed.
creature. So now he's stronger, he's got more damage, he can poison enemies, and he'll live longer. Eventually you'll get to the point where you're finding like fingerling, and they have different names. Like I just fed him a small grouper, it'll get up to fingerling groupers, and the only difference between them is basically okay, I'm not going to fight this guy right now. The only difference between them is the amount of time. And I couldn't tell you the full scale of all the groupers, but I know that I think fingerling's like 3 minutes, or no, fingerling probably be like 10 or 15 minutes, and you can get them up to flawless where your pet permanently transforms. I've been thinking about it. I think I'm probably going to go
You are
with a summon
exhausted.
roll on this character. That way, I can teach you guys the tips behind using a summoner. So I'm just gonna make my way here. Actually, before I get too deep in this dungeon, I'm actually gonna return to town real fast. And I noticed I forgot to purchase a town scroll earlier. And that could be life or death in this game. So, now I can run again, now I've got a stamina back. So I'm gonna return to town, and I'm actually gonna buy a town's portal book. You can buy a book that's basically does the same thing as the scrolls, but it gives you, I think, 10 uses rather than 1. which is
Well, you're
really
always
convenient.
welcome here.
Yeah, 10 pieces. But yeah, obviously that hurt me a little bit as far as the money goes. Now I'm going to buy an identification book. So here's what I was talking about earlier. This club here, unidentified, goes for 8 gold. I get 131 when I identify it. Just to give you guys an idea of how important it is to be identifying your items. That gives a mana bonus, 4 to 6, 2 to 7, I'll do that. See, now, I got 207 for that short sword. He wants 1,000 gold for it. Once you sell an item to these vendors, it's practically not worth attempting to buy it back. Unless you're like really hooked on that item. In which case, I don't know why you would have sold it in the first place, but it happens. So I've got my books. I'm gonna buy a town portal scroll so I don't get hurt myself like I did last time. And I'm gonna buy some minor potions. Get rid of that one. Okay, now that I'm pretty much all set up, I'm going to go and finish this final quest. Actually, you know what, since I decided what I'm going to do now,
May
can I
the
afford
light
any
shine
extra
upon
spells?
you.
Yeah, I can afford the identification spell. So when you get the identify spell, you don't even need to buy these books anymore. You can just right click and pick each item. Honestly, it saves you a lot of money in the long run. But me, 16 magic, let's see, can I do that? Yes, I can. Go to 16 magic, and I'm going to upgrade my skill a little bit too, so I have that. I'm going to also upgrade my charm magic skill. This helps with summoning. The stronger your skill is, the better your summons come out, basically. The more time you'll get. So, when you buy a spell, right
You have
click on it,
learned a
and
new
then you'll
skill.
notice you can go in. Right now I've only obviously got the one, so I don't need to do this, but if you have 10, 15 spells, because you can fill up all of these slots here. So once you have all those slots filled, you can actually hover over it and set the F1 through 9 keys. F1 through 4, I'm sorry. And make them quick keys. Now that I've got these guys to help me out, I actually am going to summon them. Now I can start teaching you guys some of the basics behind using a summoner in this game. If you're wondering, this chest here, this sparkling, it's a storage chest. You literally could just drop an item in there and forget about it that you can't use, like an item you really want, and then it won't leave that chest up until you pull it from it. So it's really a little handy chest. This video is probably going to be a tidbit bit longer than most of the videos I'll be doing for this, because I'm only going to be, I'm probably going to end this video in the next 5 or 10 minutes. But I'm just trying, the first video is going to take some more time because I'm trying to get all the information I can into you guys. They give you little hints on the starting screens that are pretty much everything ever existed. So since I don't have any quests on the second level, I'm literally just going to go and find the
That
dungeon.
is grown more skilled.
So when you've got summons, it's nice to just use them as a little wall. I tend to not even fight much, just let your summons do the work. It puts you at less of a risk of being damaged, and you can keep an eye on how many summons you have up to here. I've got 4 out of my 6 total summons, and your summons will pretty much take care of the business. Especially the spiders, they're nice because they hurt. So even if the enemy starts to run, he's not going to get far over his way. I think we've got a traveler down here. Yep. So this is a guy you can find in town or
At these
throughout
prices,
the dungeon levels.
it's practically stealing.
He comes and he'll have all kinds of random, sometimes goods, most of the time not stuff. I just pretty much use him to sell stuff. But sometimes he has what you're looking for, and you'll get, as you go further into the game, you're going to start finding stuff that you want. Obviously, I'm going to have to come back here.
You have been granted new
See,
skills.
I just leveled up. My summons did all the work, and I got the bonus from it. So your summons do have a time if you notice they're dispelling. Like this guy here, these summons have about a minute left, and my pet, he'll transform back to a dog in 35 seconds. Come on up, guys.
You have been poisoned.
Noxus gels will poison you as well, obviously. The nice thing about summons is they'll literally just go to you can step on the others, and you still get the XP. As you see, Tila will be going off every day. There you go. And if you have all of your summons, and you were to say summon 3 more, it'll delete the 3 oldest ones and replace them with the ones. Yes, I would say that the dungeon level is going to be right down here. So, when you see large chests like this, you gotta be careful because usually it's going to be and they're pretty resistant to that everything. Sometimes they have pretty good loot, most of the time they will try and kill you. And the mimics are a pretty... Mimics and an enemy that you're going to see later in the game called Hagraven are a pain to their summoner. Because they can sit there and dispel your summons. I mean, the Mimic's dispel isn't really as strong as the Hagravens. The Hagraven will just completely delete all of your summons, so you're going to want to have some last resort backup kind of way. You don't want to have to rely completely on your magic. Oh my lord. It's going to be 3 minutes right here, watch this. 4 minutes, 5. So I'm going to use this course here to my advantage. You want to be as careful as you can to not run too much. Because if you do, you're going to see Drow attacking all kinds of enemies here. It'll make your life a lot harder.
Your health is low.
So we're going to have to turn
You
time
enter
and
the
get better
portal.
prepared for this, because we are completely swarmed right now. Alright, so I'm gonna refresh all of my summons. I'm gonna come up to
Good day.
Andrea here and get
You feel
healed up.
refreshed.
Get rid of these, I don't need those here. In fact, I'm gonna claim these quests a little early here. Like, what I usually like to do is I'll grab 3 quests, go complete all of them, and claim them all at the same time. But I could really use the extra help here to complete the mission. To complete the horde that I got down there.
Good day.
So, he gave me a necklace, will give me a strength bonus. It's minor, but I'm low level, so it's expected. Let's see here, how much gold do I have? Almost 2,000, that'll actually really help me. Before I decide where I'm going to put my upgrades, I'm going to go see what I have to work with as far as the spellcaster here in town. Because if I can buy some better summons or some
May
better
the light
spells, it'll
shine
help me out.
upon you.
Like rats. Skeletons would be ideal, but I can't afford that. How much are they going to charge for rats? Okay. You want to make sure before spending all your money on spells that you're still going to be able to buy them and actually spend them. Like, if you spend all your money on spells, you can't get heal potions or your exit scroll or any of that. So, I'm going to buy Summon Rat.
You have learned a new spell.
Here, and honestly, I'm going to leave it at that for now because I can't afford to not have any heal spells or potions. There are heal spells.
Well, what can I do for you?
Honestly, they don't do enough for how much time they consume to use. So, now I'm going to set this down too. I'm going to summon up some rats.
Your Your mana is
The
low.
rats only summon, I believe, like, it's either 1 or 2 at a time.
Good day to
You are
you.
refreshed.
They're not going to let me summon the rats. Oh, here we go. Now I got a spell here. Now I can summon the rats. Oh, maybe it is 3 at a time. Okay. 3 rats and 3 spiders. I can work with that. So, I'm going to go
You
into
enter
dungeon
the
here.
portal.
And the first thing I'm going to do is let my summons shield me from this horde. While keeping mine. Actually, if I can get it to
Your
you
mana
want to watch
is
your
low.
summons really carefully, because in a battle like this, I gotta get
Your
this
pet
deck
has fled.
pretty often. If you want to force heal your pet, you hold shift and hit it'll send the potion straight to as soon as I kill this wizard,
You have gained in experience and
when you
skill.
level up the altar, you fill all of your mana, all of your health, and because it won't kill you touch Ooh, was that an opal? No, even better. Oh, even worse. There we go. So you'll get items throughout the game that give elemental damage, which is really nice. Like, that'll actually but that's typically how you'll see it handle hordes, because that's pretty much what you have to do. Not get killed. When you get such an overwhelming horde like that.
Your pet is fleeing.
Ooh, awesome. So, this is a new spell as
You
well.
have learned a
This will
new
actually really
spell.
help with what I'm doing right now. So, in mental map, as you can see, there's the grid marks here from what I haven't found yet. You click the mental map spell with one of the map cards. Watch the mini map here. When I use the spell, it reveals the entire map, and now I can just go straight where I need to go. And I need to actually go back to town to claim 3 quests.
You step into the portal.
I don't want this video to go too much longer, so I think this is where I'm going to end up calling it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, please leave a like, some comments. We'll see how it goes.